Hey, how's it going? My name is Alex, and today I want to hotshot with a 500,000 mile pickup truck that is not in the best shape mechanically. That's correct. For the next 2 weeks or so, maybe 2-3 weeks, I will be doing hotshot trucking on my OG truck, on my TP 1.0. I used to call this truck Josephine. I mean, I still call it Josephine, but this truck is a 2015 Ram 3500 single rear wheel. It has the Cummins, or 6.7 liter Cummins. It has the AS69 RC Ison transmission. It is 4x4. It has a 342 gear ratio, and it's a crew cab, long bed. I've done multiple videos on it. This actually, you know, the truck started my channel, and so I'm very hesitant but excited to put it to work. Now, obviously, we're not putting it to work as is. The only thing that I did that I can't undo right now is I reverse leveled it, which in hindsight, that wasn't the smartest thing, because look how bad it's squatting. But that's okay. What we can fix is these wheels and tires, right? I'm not going to be going cross country on 35s and 22x12s. That's just ridiculous. And so you can see right here in the back of my Ford, we got some new tires right here. Look at that. These are the Cooper AT3 XLTs. I've had really good luck with them, and so look at that. Look at all, super nice. They last a long time. So that's what we got to do right now. Switch out the wheels and tires. Then we got to go grab a scale ticket, and then we can hit the road. So I'm not in the mood for doing a bunch of editing later on. So let's just do a quick camera trick. 3, 2, 1. You know, some people say it looks more like a truck now. I think those people don't know what they're talking about. Oh man, back in its stock form. I mean, not even stock. These are 295s rated for 4,000 pounds instead of 3,500 or 3,600 like a 275 would. So these aren't even stock wheels and tires either, because this is a tradesman. It came with like the steels or something, and these are aluminum ones from like a Laramie or whatever. So it does look like it squats a little less with them on it though. CP Steve Miller just pulled up. He has my spare key. Okay, so I'm all loaded up. Everything is good to go. We are ready to hit the road. Right now, you might be wondering, Alex, what is wrong with you? Why are you going back to your Ram when you could be doing, you know, your Ford? You could be finishing out the rental. Here's the thing. To be completely honest, for lack of a better term, it's just boring. It's so reliable and it does such a good job. I've ran out of things to make videos about it, and I know you want to see more Ford content, but I don't know what to record because it's so darn good. It's so darn reliable, and it does the MPG so well, and it tows so exceptionally well. That's so much truck for what I use it for. I really don't know what else to do with it. And I want some more drama in my life, you know. I want some more pizzazz, you know, some more flavor or whatever. And I really think this Ram will add that pizzazz and that flavor, you know what I mean? Because I mean, I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed, that I do not break down. But I mean, at 493,000 miles, goodness gracious, what could you expect?
The next day.
Okay, so I'm somewhere in Ohio at the, what's it called, the rest area or whatever. And first little issue of so far. So as you can see, my caliper bracket bolt came out, and this seems to be a common issue on these trucks. And I tried to put that little red piece of metal in there to at least hold it so that it doesn't rub and, you know, make my rim go or make my rim break, I guess. And so that didn't last. That fell out. That came out. That didn't do anything. However, because of the good exhaust brake, I actually never had to use my brakes, and I made it to the next exit, and I made it to the AutoZone without using my brakes at all. Okay, so as you can see, I'm at AutoZone. I went inside and asked them if they have a caliper bracket bolt. I think that's what it's called. They said no, they don't have anything. So I have to unscrew one of my other ones and bring it in, and we'll try to match it up with something. So let's just go unscrew it real fast and see if we can get this fixed. Okay, so as you saw, it came out really easy. Like it wasn't even torqued, so that was interesting. But the guys in there let me borrow their torque bar, and 25 was actually too big. I had to go buy a 24. So what I'm gonna do is I'll probably try to pick up at least 2 of these, and this way I'll use one now and use the other one as a backup. I'm using my door as a windshield. But I'll buy 2 of these, and I'll buy a breaker bar because mine's broken, and so this way if I do have another issue like this, I can still fix it on the road. No matter what it is, okay, no matter how easy or how simple you think the repair is, right, no matter what, it spirals very quickly out of control with this truck. And so for example, right, we lost one of the bolts, right? I have it in my pocket right here. So we lost one of these bolts. I unscrewed it, I brought it in. They took me to the store, very, very kind at AutoZone. They took me to the store, that store didn't have it. They took me to a different store, that store has it. Okay, great. So we bought some bolts that we thought right here, these blue ones, we thought these would fit for sure, okay? Now, here's the thing. I knew this could be a problem, so I physically myself went and screwed it all the way in, just to their like sizing chart, screwed this one all the way in, everything fit, right? They went all the way over here. I'm like, okay, great. I come back here, I've been here for now 2.5 hours, and I'm trying to put this thing in and it just doesn't go. And I don't know why it's like that. I have no idea why, no matter what you try to do with this truck, it instantly starts to like cause more and more problems. So then I have to jack it up, take off the wheel, right? Because at first I was just trying to put the bolt in, right? So then I jack it up, take off the wheel, I'm frustrated, I'm slamming doors, and I'm checking it, doesn't fit. So gotta go back to the store again. I called the Dodge dealership that's locally here. They don't have any of these in stock. It's funny how when you're angry, you also have bad vocabulary. But what I'm trying to say here is that the bolt is the wrong size and it's my fault, kinda. So anyways, simply put, it's the store had standard bolts and the Ram uses metric size bolts. And so this slight little difference, like look at this tiny little difference, that caused it to not fit. And the sad part is it's all self-inflicted, you know? I'm like, oh, I should try to see if this truck is roadworthy. It's not roadworthy. Forget this truck, okay? Park it out back and put it down for good. God. It's terrible. Anyways, so I'm gonna try to go back to the store again and probably just try to grab a smaller bolt. Okay, last update. You know, the victory is sweet. So here's what happened. I called around some stores, and I called Lowe's, I called Ace Hardware, I called a bunch of places. And lo and behold, the company that is great, that has the M18 2.5, but oh, hold on, the door is closing. So I'm using the door to block the wind. So that's the size you need, M18 2.5, and the ideal length would be 55 millimeters or 50 millimeters, but they didn't have that. They had M18 2.5 times 70 millimeters. So hey, it's not perfect, but you know, we can get back on the road. So that's what I did. I put a bunch of little washers right here, look. So right here, so here's the bolt. This is what it looks like, right? Here's the bolt, and right there, you see? And so this area right here, because here's the stock, right? So look how much longer it is. And so what you do is you put 4 washers, okay? And then you can measure it. Okay, see, and with 4 washers, or here like this, anyways, roughly. You get the idea, right? With 4 washers, it's almost the same length. And so I don't know if that's technically over tightened now, because see how they're usually like this. I don't know if that's over tightened, comment below. But anyways, so that's these 2, 1 right there, 1, 2. I'm gonna keep the factory ones just in case these come out. This way I can replace them really easily. And so then I'm gonna put these other washers. So what do I need? I need 1 for that side. Oh, and that's it. And I will keep this right here. This is garbage. Wait, where's the other factory one? Right here, right there. And then I don't have to take the other wheel off. I'll just throw this wheel on, and that'll do it for this breakdown. So I think like $100 something later, and like roughly we're coming up to 4 hours now. That's the delay this time around.
The next day.
Not quite sure what the truck is doing right now, but this is sometimes what it does. It just like loses a gear or something. Like I'm slowing down a lot. I think I lost my brakes. Oh, something is on fire. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's actually on fire. So where is the other? Oh! Put it out. That was probably some of the shakiest footage you're ever gonna watch. Stay hydrated. Oh, it's so smoky in here. Okay, so I quickly saw what happened. I think my rotor totally fell off or broke off or whatever. So I'll have to either like put a piece of that rotor in the caliper and not have a brake on that thing or something like that. But I think that's what I'm gonna have to do so that I could at least limp to the next exit and try to find a rotor somewhere. Okay, never mind. Everything I just said earlier was worthless because it's actually a lot bigger damage than I thought. So, so I have my jack, I have my jack stand. Okay, everyone's switching over. So here's what I thought. Here's what I thought broke, right? The rotor. But as you can see, that's not good. Is that the axle or is the axle in there? I have the wheel over here. Right here, look. So yeah, I did, like when I was jacking it up, I didn't even have to take my wheel off. Look, all my lug nuts are still on it. And so my whole okay, the GoPro cut out because the battery died, but I think I got most of it. But what I was saying is the whole wheel came off without having to undo the lug nuts. And that explains why my butt, like I was moving around like that. That's what it felt like, you know, my drive axle felt like that. I'm like, what the heck was that? It was squiggly. So I don't know if that's the whole axle or the axle shaft. I'm not sure. And it's weird how it broke completely off. The hub, everything. I don't know if that's old brakes or what that, like, you guys are gonna have to comment below based on what you see, because in the moment, I don't know. I'm sure in a couple hours I'll figure out, get a tow truck and stuff like that. But right now, I'm not quite sure. Okay, so I took off the lug nuts from the thing. So here's my drum. Not my drum, my brake rotor, right? So the rotor would be attached right here. I gotta go take off the caliper if I wanna take the rotor off. So the rotor is attached right here. Okay, so that's your brake rotor. This is, I think, my hub. Right? And so I think maybe just the hub failed, but it certainly cut everything. When you replace a hub, is it this whole thing? So do I need a new hub or a new axle? I'm not sure, but there's oil everywhere in here. Look at all this, right? So all of this oil, I think, is like a differential fluid, right? And so what that means is the axle might have run dry. and that failed because of that. Okay, I'm pretty sure I need a new axle. What I think happened was my e-brake, like you see it came out, this is your e-brake, right? And it was loose, and so I think maybe my e-brake was rubbing on it and it made it really hot, and then that thing, then the rotor cracked and broke, and then the rotor scratched this up, and that's why the rotor was hanging. But my e-brake was disconnected, it wasn't working. And yeah, look at this. This is my axle, right? It has to be. Because here's your seal, right? This is your seal. And so your hub, right here, we can. Oh, I can't take off the seal. Anyways, this is your seal. And so all your fluid comes from in here and circulates your bearings, which right here would be your bearing. So yeah, this is part of my axle, and I think I definitely need a new axle. I'm so glad I'm on the side of the road in Minnesota where it's 18 degrees and I'm cold and in the middle of nowhere, and so parts are gonna be a joy to find. All right, update on the situation. It's not good. Truck's done. I mean, it's not done, okay? It just needs a new axle, and a new axle, you know, they're everywhere, said Alex sarcastically. Anyway, so I tried to call around and see if I could get a rental truck first, so I don't have to call a tow truck. No rental trucks. And oh, by the way, I'm in St. Cloud, Minnesota, and so that didn't work. And so then I called the towing company. Towing company is on their way. They're bringing 2 trucks, and they're gonna pull me back to the pilot that's like 2 miles back. And I'm looking at flights right now on my laptop. I think I'll be flying to PA, pick up my truck, and then come back to get my trailer, and then yeah, valuable, extremely valuable lesson learned. Okay, but anyways, I think that's the plan. I'm gonna book a flight, fly to Harrisburg, grab my Ford, the wonderful Ford. It's gonna be like heaven compared to this Dodge. Ah, snap. Yeah, I like the Ford, okay? What do you want from me? Oh, geez. Okay, so updaters on the situation. I have cleaned up everything off, put it in the bed, and so a couple more things. Tow truck is here, as you can see. It's 2 trucks. One guy's gonna pull the gooseneck. This guy's gonna get me on his flatbed. So I booked myself a first class flight. Because first class was the shortest one, and now we're just trying to figure this out right here. Since the wheel cannot go back on, we're gonna jack down my red jack and let it land on this wood, and then he's just gonna drag it just like that. That's the plan. Okay, there's the second truck. I think he's gonna pull the gooseneck, so that's cool. Anyway, so as you saw, I jacked it. You gotta use 2 jacks because he's gonna put it on those wood skates or whatever. And then after we move it out from the trailer, like right here, after we move it out from under the gooseneck, I will just throw this in there and I'll go get my things, my triangles. And like I said, I booked myself first class flight, and yeah, I think that's it for the Dodge, boys. That's gonna be it. You know, for a second, literally for like a moment, when I was driving, after I was reflecting, right? I was like, you know, maybe fixing the brakes wasn't that bad, and that was an overreaction, right? Because I do feel like now, looking back at it, that was an overreaction. So earlier in this video, right? I was a little frustrated, and so I was like, you know, maybe I shouldn't sell the truck. It's a decent truck, it works okay. Maybe I should, maybe it's not that bad, you know. And then I drove for a little while and I'm like, oh, okay, it's actually working out really well. Wrong. This is the problem. Now think about this. I now have to literally pay double. I have to pay the tow truck, I have to pay the flight, and then I have to still pay the Enterprise rental to drive the same exact miles I just drove. This is the problem with a high mileage vehicle. You never know how much it's gonna keep costing you. And that's why it sucks. That's why you don't wanna use an older truck. That's why you guys, when you tell me in the comments, Alex, put the old Dodge back on the road. No, this thing belongs in the trash pile. By the way, speaking of which, maybe I should part it out. I'd probably give more money. No, we'll put a new rear end and keep it. Thank you so much. Yeah, how's it going? Good. I think so, yeah. Okay, update on the situation. I'm in the lift. We're driving, and we're going from St. Cloud to Minneapolis. I think Lyft said it's gonna be like over $100. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Anyways, and the flight that I booked, actually, I accidentally booked it at 11:30. I have no idea what I was thinking. And so I actually had to cancel that flight, but I did get the like cancellation included thing, so I'm getting money refunded on that one. So at least that's that's nice. And then the guys at the yard pulled my truck and trailer to the yard, so I'm leaving it there. So right now I have one goal and one goal only: go get the Ford, grab my trailer from the yard, and continue on with the delivery.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you. Okay, so I made it to the airport just fine. Waiting for the flight because I'm getting text messages now that it's delayed. So even when you buy first class, planes get delayed. I'm joking. But yeah, so the plan is fly back to Harrisburg, pick up my Ford, and then pick up the trailer, and hopefully this doesn't delay us terribly. It'll still delay us for sure, but it shouldn't be too bad. While I was at the tow truck though, they said that they recommended a shop right next to them, so that's good. And the other thing is the tow truck is open 24 hours, so no matter when I get there, I'll be able to grab my trailer and keep going. Anyways, long story short, it's gonna be, I think, an expensive repair. And the truck was on fire, which was, the question could be, Alex, why didn't you let it burn? Well, now that it's paid off and I'm not required to have comprehensive coverage, why would I let a truck burn, right? Well, because the insurance won't pay out anyways, because I don't have insurance. I don't have comprehensive insurance. I have the liability and the cargo, but I don't have the comprehensive, right? And there's no need because, well, it's my truck. So anyways, I'm gonna jump on this plane, drive back, and we'll just do all that in another video. That'll do it for this video. This just really proved my point that the enterprise rental is a good deal. And well, I mean, I don't know if it's a good deal, but this proved my point that older trucks are unreliable and shouldn't be out here on the road. So definitely try to pay off your trucks before 400,000 miles, okay? Anyways, that'll do it for the vlog, or I guess this episode, or I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it, but I'll see you guys next time. Peace.